All right, today we are going to talk about the Ergo baby carrier. This is one that I love, especially once they start to get a little bit too heavy for the soft fabric wraps and carriers. I was going to use my demo baby here to demonstrate, but 2.5-year-old West saw me putting the fake baby in the pouch and decided that he needed to snuggle up with mommy in the Ergo. So we're using West today. All right, so the first thing about the Ergo, it's got this nice, really thick waistband. One mistake I see a lot of times, especially with babies when they're small, is that people have the back of this waistband up too high. They put it sort of above that fat pad. That tilts the front forward and it creates a little gap that the baby's feet can get pushed down in. So we don't want that. So make sure that the back is low. It should cut right through this fat pad here that all women have. Right on the back of their hips. You can sort of see mine. I don't weigh very much, but even still I have a little bit of fat bulging above and below. That means it's in the right spot. So that's a good way to think of it. Right where the belt loop would be on your pants. It has these great padded shoulder straps, which I love, love, love. And then it has a little snap up here that keeps the back of the two together. A lot of times parents will tell me the Ergo doesn't work for them because they can't reach the little buckle in the back. The height of this back buckle is actually adjustable. So you can pull it up much higher and then it's easier for you to reach up and snap. Or if you're doing the back carry, you can push it down way lower so it's not choking you in your neck. So it is adjustable, which is great. It's also got this little sunshade right here that you can pull up and snap into place. It's good for if your baby falls asleep. Or if you want a little bit more discretion while you're nursing, you can do that, though I haven't really ever felt the need to do that unless it's particularly sunny. It'll help keep the sun out of his eyes, or if his head sort of keeps tipping back because he's dozing. Let's see, what else? Some of them have a little pouch in the front, a little zipper pouch for putting your keys and your phone, which is nice. So I like that a lot. Now, let's talk a little bit about safety for baby wearing. The first thing is you want to make sure that you can always kiss the top of your baby's head. So without having to lift baby up at all, can you reach down and kiss the top of their head? Obviously I can. I have a nice tall toddler here, so it would be hard not to be able to kiss the top of his head. But one of the most common mistakes I see with baby wearing in general is people wearing their babies too low. So they'll be positioned way down here. If you cannot reach down and kiss the top of their head without having to move baby, they are too low. Another thing with safety is that your baby should always be in a position in the pouch that they would be in outside of the pouch. So that means if it's not a normal position you would carry or hold them in, then they should not be worn in that position. So for example, would I walk around like this? I'm going to put my arms around him with my baby. Yes, I would. I walk around with him like this all the time with my hands sort of right under his butt. And this is where he hangs out and rests his head on my chest. So this is a good position for safe baby wearing. If I would not support my baby under the crotch and put them in front of me and lean them forward like this, then it is not a good position for your baby to be in while baby wearing. Hip positions like this, where you're supporting right under the bottom, we would do this, so this would be good for baby wearing. A sling position like this, again, just put your arms around your baby in the pouch. If it's a position you would use outside of the pouch, then it's one that's safe to use in the pouch. For proper hip alignment, your baby's legs should always be kind of in an M shape or kind of parallel to the ground between the knee and the hip. So if your baby's legs are pulled down and stretched apart, that's not ideal. Basically what I've seen on the science on that is that it doesn't cause hip dysplasia, but it can bring out hip dysplasia if your baby sort of has a predisposition for it, and it can exacerbate it if your baby does have it. So it's just not a great position to keep babies in. We don't naturally carry them this way. They don't normally sit in this position. So we want to be nice and ergonomic and comfortable. The Ergo baby obviously gives you all of that. Now, one of the most common questions I get about the Ergo is breastfeeding in the Ergo. So I'm going to talk about that for a minute. So breastfeeding in the Ergo, I'd like to recommend that first you sort of teach your little one how to breastfeed in that position by nursing in that position outside of the carrier. So here's what you do. You take a pillow. Any kind of pillow will do. Just depending on the height of your baby, you may need a thinner or a thicker pillow. And you take your baby And you sit them on your lap, chest to chest. Shh, Mommy's making a video. Then you're going to turn your baby's head to the side, support the back of your baby's head, and your breasts from the outside. You're going to latch your baby that way. After a while, they'll sort of tip forward, latch at the nipple, and then rotate their head back. And then this is how you breastfeed in this position. After that latch is established, you can just sort of kick back and relax and let them breastfeed in this position. If you're larger chested, you might have to support your breasts for longer. Just make sure you have a really supportive undergarment, and that can help as well. Then after you breastfed for a while in this position, not in the pouch, then start doing it in the pouch, just so they're used to nursing in this position. This is particularly important if you are always nursing in this sling position. We do a lot of laid-back nursing, which is where I'm just comfortable on a couch or bed, and they are nursing on me this way. So my little ones are pretty adept at nursing in the pouch and in any of these varying positions. So you should definitely do what works for you as far as nursing positions go. But if you want to be a pro at breastfeeding in the pouch, then definitely get that chest-to-chest position down. So again, you can do it sitting up. You can use a pillow to give you additional height if you need, or in this laid-back breastfeeding position as well. I just put my arm to support the head to the side, and they breastfeed this way, or on this side, either way, the chair. After you do that and work that position for a while outside of the pouch, you'll start to notice that what baby will do is baby will reach around, latch, and then roll their head back. So they get to learn what they need to do to be successful nursing in that position, so it's much easier to sort of learn that position and get the hang of it, get your riding legs at home in a non-stressful environment. Then graduate up to doing it in the pouch, and it's great if you can still do it in your house and especially in front of a mirror so you can see what you're doing. So to breastfeed in the pouch, you want to make sure you tuck both of the arms in if they are hanging out over. If you have larger breasts, you might find it necessary to just reach right up here and pull on that strap a little bit, and it just lowers them. And that will get them right lined up, mouth to nipple height. When you are breastfeeding in a pouch, you always want to make sure that your shirt has top-down boob access. So this shirt has a kind of a low V. Shirts that have a stretchy neckline or shirts that button down are great for breastfeeding in the pouch. So I'm just going to reach up here and unhook my bra. And he will latch. And there we go, breastfeeding in the Ergo. It's fantastic because I can be completely hands-free. As a mama of 3, that's so important. I can be pushing a grocery cart in the grocery store, running around the zoo, holding my other kids' hands, walking through a busy parking lot, and it's perfect. He has everything that he could possibly need, and I have my hands that I can use for regular living throughout in the world. And as you can see, it's very discreet. I'm sort of positioning myself at an angle where you could see the most that one could possibly see so that you guys can see how to do it. And even with me trying to give you guys a good view, you can see that you really can't see anything. My shirt sort of covers the side boob over here. This strap kind of nicely camouflages the actual latch point. So nobody can see any of my breasts if that's a concern for you, but at the same time there's nothing covering his face or his head, which I won't do. I don't want my little one to suffocate. So you can also snap up this hood if you wanted to for additional discretion and sun protection. But this is how we roll, and it usually does the trick. You can also put your arms around them like this. If you are concerned about this side view here, though, as you can see, the shirt covers everything. There's really nothing you can see. And then they can breastfeed in here while you're walking around. You don't have to stop. You don't have to find a place to sit. It's fantastic. As you can see, West is perfectly happy with it. Get to have both my arms, can be running around, doing whatever it is I need to do, and it works out great. So this is the Ergo baby carrier. I am a big fan of it, and this is how you breastfeed in it. This is how you wear it, home base. You're all done with that, sir? Yeah. And if your little one was done nursing, it's really easy to just do a little bounce, tighten that strap back up, and then they're right back at the height where they're supposed to be.